Hello my dear students. In this video you are going to understand the common characteristics of life, or simply we can say characteristics of life. These characteristics, there are 13 characteristics, and these characteristics are shared by all living organisms. These characteristics differentiate living things from non-living things. For example, water, soil, air, minerals and lights. These are non-living things, but all the protists, plants, animals, bacteria, fungi, these are living organisms. So how can we decide which one is living or which one is not living? First characteristics is cellular structure. All living organisms should have at least one or more than one cell. In this picture you see the paramecium, one cell organism, and the red blood cell of human. So many human has millions of cells. One cell organism is simply called unicellular. Unicellular. And if the organism has more than one cell, we call these organisms multicellular. Unicellular, single cell organism, multicellular, made up of many cells. Animals, plants, fungi are multicellular, bacteria and most of the protista, paramecium, amoeba, Euglena, these are unicellular organisms. Second characteristic is the nutrition. To survive, all the living organisms need nutrition. Nutrition is the food, the way to obtain food, and there are two types of organisms according to their nutrition ways. The first one is heterotrophic. Heterotrophic organisms obtain their food from others, from other organisms or from the environment. For example, human is a heterotrophic organism. Animals are heterotrophic organisms. On the other hand, some organisms such as plants and some kind of photosynthetic organism like algae, they are autotrophic. Autotrophic means they can produce their own food by the help of photosynthesis or chemosynthesis. Photosynthesis or chemosynthesis is the way to produce food, the organic molecules, from the inorganic substances, such as water is inorganic, carbon dioxide is inorganic, but at the end of the photosynthesis, the glucose, it's the simple sugar, is organic molecule. The particles of the foods is called nutrients. The way to obtain nutrients is called nutrition. And autotrophs can make their own food, but heterotrophic organisms obtain food from other organisms or from the environment. The third one, respiration. Respiration means, actually it is cellular respiration. Why I say cellular respiration? Because it's occurring in the cell. The breathing in and breathing out mechanism is not the respiration. It's not the common characteristics, because not all the living organisms have lungs. But the cellular respiration, it means the production of energy. The production of energy by using simple organic molecules. This is the glucose and this is the aerobic respiration actually, and by the help of oxygen the glucose is break down into carbon dioxide and water and obtains energy molecule. Actually this energy molecule is ATP, and this respiration occurs in the cell. If it is aerobic respiration, mostly it occurs in mitochondria. It can be also anaerobic respiration. Cellular respiration, there are two types of cellular respiration. The first one is aerobic respiration. It means with the help of oxygen. Anaerobic respiration means without oxygen. All the living organisms should make respiration. Aerobic, anaerobic, or both. Excretion, another characteristics of life. You see there are some plants, they get rid of the water, excess amount of water, and you see in this picture kidney. Kidney is the organ for humans and for many mammals to get rid of the waste from our blood. The blood is filtered in this kidney, and the waste are deposited into the urea, and then we get rid of the waste. Excretion, removal of wastes. Movement, another characteristics. For example, there is a unicellular organism called euglena here, and this euglena can move by the help of this structure. The structure is called flagella, in Turkish kamçı, and they can move with the help of this structure. Also, plants can move. They make phototropism or other kind of tropism. They can turn their head to the sun, and they can turn their roots to the water. Also, animals can make active movement like flying, like running, like other types of moving. Amobia have amoeboid motion. You know the amobia is a unicellular organism like that. It has nucleus, and this is amobia, and it can change the membrane structure, and it can move by the help of this. We said that this is amoeboid motion. Some organisms have cilia. Cilia is the small structures outside of cell membrane, and by the help of this cilia, organism can move like paramecium. And some organisms like euglena have, you see, the flagella. Sensitivity or responsiveness. Look at the pictures of these two organisms. There is a car is coming from this part, and this organism try to protect itself. It's a kind of response to the stimuli. The stimuli is mostly the chemicals or physical stimuli from the environment. And you see the ears of this dog, and according to sound, it gives a response. It holds its ears to hear the sound perfectly. And sensitivity or response. Another example for sensitivity and response is in the cells in the retina of humans to the light. When the light increases, the specialized cell, there are specialized cells respond to the stimuli, and some plants also, another example, some plants may not as obvious as that animals, but they respond to light, gravity, water, and other stimuli in the environment. Adaptation. Adaptation characteristics prevent, by the help of adaptation, they adapt to their habitats, the animals mostly or the plants adapt their habitats to living environment, and by the help of adaptation they can prevent from predators, they can survive, or they can reproduce more effectively. For example, you see the white furs of this animal in the polar region, or the adaptation in this camel for the lack of water. Reproduction, another characteristics. You see there is a unicellular organism, bacteria here, and this bacteria can produce itself. Also, humans can produce by sexual reproduction. There are two types of reproduction: sexual reproduction and asexual reproduction. In sexual reproduction, there are two parents, one male and one female. But in asexual reproduction there are only just one parent. And in asexual reproduction, there is no genetic variety. But in sexual reproduction, the new offspring, the new generation are not identical. But in asexual reproduction, the next generation, the children are completely identical to the parent. Growth and development. Mostly growth means increase is the size or increase in the number of the size, and this growth is happening growth and development happening all through the life and it's of living organisms. Mostly increase in size, but in unicellular organisms not in the cell sizes increases, but in multicellular organisms number of the cells are increased. Metabolism, all the living activities occurring in the body. And these all living activities called metabolism. There are two types of metabolism. Metabolism and catabolism. Catabolism are all breakdown reactions. For example, digestion of the food. But anabolism, all these anabolisms are involved in reaction to build up something, to synthesize something, to synthesize protein, to synthesize carbohydrate, to synthesize lipids, new molecules. Catabolism is breakdown, anabolism is synthesis. Having nucleic acids is another characteristic. All living organisms should have the genetic material. We call this genetic material genome. And this genome can be DNA or RNA or both. This is the double helix structure of DNA, and this is the structure of one-stranded structure of RNA. Organization means organisms have small parts like cells, and then cells combine and form tissues, and tissues combine and forms organs, and organs combine and form organisms. You see in this picture there is an epithelial cells and there is an epithelial tissue. Organ is the stomach, digestive system is the system, and other system combines and form new organisms, human. Homeostasis is the property of a system that regulates its internal environment and tends to maintain a stable, constant condition. For example, your body temperature should be constant. Your body temperature should be nearly centigrade degree, and it should be constant because we are warm-blooded animals and our body temperature should be constant, and to keep it constant is homeostasis. Sometimes when the temperature is hot, you transpire and you get rid of some heat. And we can make an example for the homeostasis, the insulin and glucagon hormones metabolism. When your blood glucose level increases or decreases, there are specific hormones released by pancreas, insulin and glucagon, and these hormones are released to keep your blood glucose level constant. So these are the list of common characteristics of life: cellular structure, nutrition, adaptation, metabolism, respiration to produce energy, growth and development, movement, excretion, reproduction. There are two types, sexual and asexual reproduction, sensitivity or responsiveness, having nucleic acids, DNA or RNA, organization starts from to cell combines with forms tissue combine and form organs combine and form systems, and systems combine and form organisms. This is organization. And homeostasis is the keeping the external environment stable and constant level. These are the characteristics of life. And if we say the organism is alive, then we should say it should have all the characteristics. Thank you.